There we go. Getting all situated here, making sure my shirt's all done up and I got too much chest hair popping out like it's the 80s and all that jazz. But I'm TK. This is TK and Drinks. Thanks for being here today. And man, we are on top of it today. My guest is going to be McGee's Mead. I believe it's going to be Stacy from McGee's Mead, if I've interpreted everything correctly. So, let's go ahead and get her on here. Send out a request to join. Stand by. Request. McGee's Mead. There it is. Hey.
Hi.
Oh, howdy. That was rather quick.
That was fast. It never works that way, right?
Yes. Can I get you to add a little bit of volume if you have some?
Yeah, hang on a sec.
Not a problem.
Did I lose you?
There we go.
Okay.
Much better. So,
Okay.
as I was saying, for Stacy joining me here, I was going to be joined with Miss Stacy. I think it's Stacy McGee, correct?
Correct. Yep.
From McGee's Meadery in St. Helena, California, and I'll let her introduce herself further and the meadery.
Hi, I'm Stacy, and it's actually St. Helena, California.
Oh,
Can you hear me okay?
yep.
Okay. Yeah, so St. Helena, California. We're teeny tiny, probably considered nano at this actual stage of our lives. um, we make different kinds of meads, from traditional to I really like mixing things up, so that's what I like to do, just because it keeps my interest going. It's just me and me and me, and my sons help me sometimes. I'm also a nurse when I'm not being a mead maker, and a gardener and a beekeeper, and yeah, lots of
Wow.
things. Lots of things.
Yeah, so that's what I was reading online in your profile. You're pretty much like a one-person wrecking crew going through there from start to finish. You're harvesting the honey from the bees. You're out foraging for your ingredients. You're
Yep,
making everything right there on your site. And
yep.
I don't believe you guys have a tasting room. Is that correct? You're just all the
No,
production facility?
yeah, just production right now. We do distribute to people, and there's one place in Napa that does a flight of our meads. So that's when people want to taste. If I don't go to their house specially for them, I recommend that they go there and get a flight and try things out there. Yeah, yeah. So, and we use some of our honey. I don't have enough beehives to do, huge batches. So we use some of our
Right.
honey, and then we source out the rest.
Sure. Yeah, you can only get so much when you're only one person doing this most
That's
of the time.
right. It's like, okay, my kids say, "Mom, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that?" And I'm like, "It's just me. It's one mom. I've got only like so many things I can do." So,
Well, plus you're already wearing your mom hat and all that, which is already how many hats in and of itself.
yep, 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 yep. I do like the hats. So I like. I think I'd be bored if I didn't have all these. I mean, I'm kind of put myself in these positions, so I like to be busy. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And
One second here for me. I got a cat scratching on my door real quick
oh,
here.
fun.
Oh, no, not really at all. We foster and we take in stray kittens and kitties and stuff, so there's
Aw, that's
constantly a
awesome.
plethora of small fuzzy animals around my house.
Oh, I love kitty cats. I have three.
Oh, yes, we have, I think, currently at the moment, like 14.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Oh, no, no, we got, yeah, it's up there. It's a ridiculously high amount,
Okay.
unfortunately.
That sounds, yeah. Hey, everybody, spay your cats, please. Spay and neuter,
Yes,
spay and neuter. Please do that.
yeah, since Bob Barker's been gone, we got to remind everybody, spay and neuter your cats and
That's
dogs.
right. Please do.
Um, So usually I start off by asking like where you get the name from your meadery from, but I guess that's
Hmm.
pretty self-evident there. So how'd you get into making mead? Where was your first mead that you had? What was it that what was the catalyst for all of this?
Um, okay, well, a real quick thing about the name, because it's funny that you bring that up. I didn't want to use that at first. So my mom originally suggested that, and I was like, oh, God, no, I'm not going to use my name. That's weird. And then, so I floated around all these different names to people. And then finally somebody just said, just use your name. Duh. I went, okay, fine. So
Yeah.
it's weird getting used to hearing your name over and over and over and over. It's kind of strange. But anyway, okay, moving on. We, my husband and I went to British Columbia in a little town called Sook, and it's right a little bit northwest of Victoria. Gorgeous, beautiful country. And we went to a meadery. Actually, we went to a restaurant there, and Mead was on the menu, and I'd never tried it before. And I said, "Ooh, what is this? I want to try it. I've read this word. I don't know exactly what it is." And I tasted it, and it was just amazing. It was not like anything else I've ever had. So I said, "Ooh, that's awesome." Drank an awful lot of it that night. We didn't have time to go to the meadery that time, and then subsequent years we went back a couple more years in a row. The meadery is called Tugwell Creek, and they're really good. And I just decided I live here in the heart of wine country. This is where California, United States wine became famous, is right here in Napa Valley. So I thought, oh, surely I'll be able to find honey wine in Napa Valley. And no, none, zero, zip. So
Nice.
I just decided somebody should do it. Why don't I just do it? So I did.
It's a pretty bold move.
And
I'm a bit envious of your
well,
cavalierness.
yeah, I'm kind of a jump all in kind of a person. So,
Well,
yeah.
nothing wrong with that.
And
So
my friends were saying, "Oh, I guess you're having a midlife crisis," because it was right before I turned 50. And I said, "Well, I don't know if it's crisis, but I do feel that like, well, what am I waiting for?" I said, "I don't have time for
right.
screwing around here, so I'm gonna just jump in and do stuff." So,
Darn right. Yeah, I completely agree with that sentiment. No
yeah.
better time than the present, so to speak.
Right. When am I gonna wait 10 years? Is that gonna be better? I don't think so. So I'm just gonna do it now. Even though people say, "Oh no, you gotta be a home brewer forever and ever and ever." I said, okay, well, I'm gonna do it concurrently. That's what I'm gonna do.
Right. See, I'm doing that same thing. I started my first couple home brews.
Awesome.
My first one I started back in September, and that finished back in like January. And then I started another couple in late February, early March, and I'm sending those off the competition. So my second and third mead I've already made. So I figure
awesome.
It can't hurt to get some feedback from some people that know what they're talking about.
Yeah, that's definitely helpful. Even if you don't win anything, or definitely read those little reviews, and then just also take the information from it, but then also take it with a grain of salt, because not all judges are equal, and
Right.
And there's also regional differences. So West Coast, East Coast, Midwest. I've noticed that the meat is really different in different places. So, and palates are different.
Yeah, the meat I'm drinking tonight is from Honey Pot there in Anaheim. I don't know if you've had their stuff or not.
I have at an event. Yes.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Alex's stuff, but like you said, their stuff is, even for Southern California, I feel is more of like a Michigan, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Indiana type of thing. Sugar Belt. Those guys are so heavy in that. It's still good, but man, it is a dessert mead.
It is heavy stuff.
To the tea. Yeah, exactly.
You're like, oh, this is fortifying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You guys make meads that are more across the whole broad spectrum. You guys make dries, semi-sweets, off-sweets, off-dries.
I do. Like, I have had some that are a little bit like that were bone dry, and people didn't like them as well. I liked them all right. I mean, I like them when they're about at least like more off dry to semi sweet. Off dry is not really like in the mead world. It's more semi sweet.
Sure.
So I like it at least with a little bit of residual sugar in it, not a ton. I like sometimes to have those really super heavy sweet ones, but I like it a little bit in the middle, I guess you would say.
Something a little more, you can drink a little bigger of a glass, or a couple of them if you wanted to, not something that's going to be like, man, after these 3 ounces, I think I'm ready for a nap.
I need a coffee to wake up after this. Exactly.
For real. And to go get an insulin shot, because I think I might be diabetic.
That's right. I'm sorry. I had sudden onset diabetes here. So sorry.
Oh, uh, me, foot, mouth, hole.
Yeah, that's all right. No, no, I don't have it. It's all
Oh,
right.
yeah, right. Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, getting late onset diabetes from these meads. Exactly. Um, so you had your first mead up there in Canada.
Hmm.
You brought your enthusiasm and everything down to California, there to Napa Valley. So you start cranking on making some meads. What's the first one that comes across the deck?
I kind of did four at the same time. The first one, I think that really finally where I was like, okay, this is really good. I'd been making mead for about a year before I would let anybody taste it because I was just like, oh God, I don't know. What am I doing? And I'd gone to classes and whatever. Anyway, I'd made lots of mead by then. Um,
Gotcha.
and so the first one that came out that was like, oh my God, okay, this is something. People are gonna like this. Was one called Beltane Blossom, and it's
Ooh,
orange blossom honey and elderflowers and roses. And my original one, I put lilacs in, but you can't do that for TTB says no thank you. So
right.
I didn't make it with that afterwards. But anyway, I love elderflowers, and that was one that like right off the bat was good, and it's good all the way through, and it's still like one of
Cool.
people's favorites.
Elderflower. I've had that I think once, maybe twice, but
Hmm.
definitely be on board with. I'm a huge fan of the like the herbal stuff, the methaglins and all that type of
Yeah.
stuff. There's
Hmm.
a meadery up in Washington State called, or well, they have a couple locations called Hierophant Meadery.
Oh
They
yeah.
use so many, they use so many different botanicals, and Michelle and Jeremy are just like they're on a whole nother level as far as all that stuff goes.
Yeah. Didn't Jeremy go to I think Bastyr University or something like that, which is um, a college up in the Puget Sound area in the Seattle area that specializes in like holistic health, that kind of stuff,
I
and
didn't ask him
herbalism.
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't ask him about that when I talked to him, but I should have. But that sounds very much in, like in the wheelhouse of something
Hmm.
that they would do. I know
Yeah.
they've been down to UC Davis a couple, at least once, I think maybe even twice, doing presentations and stuff. Yeah, they
Yeah. I
got some
haven't
really,
seen them. Yeah.
yeah,
I,
there's some interesting cats.
yeah, I like their stuff. I every time I go up to the Seattle area a lot, and I always have intentions of getting out to see them, but it's like a special trip just to. It's like, oh, I have 4 days here. How many days do I have? It's like a whole day to go to Whidbey
Right,
Island and go find them and hang out and do a thing. So I'm gonna have to do that this summer.
right. Have you been to any of the meaderies up there?
Um, yeah. So I have family and stuff up in the area, and I used to live up there.
Oh, I'm from
So
Washington. I was born and raised up there.
really, what part?
Sumner, Puyallup, Bonnie
Okay.
Lake.
Yeah, yeah. I lived up in a little town called Briar, which is right like next to Linwood, Mount Lake Terrace,
Yeah,
that area.
up on
Yeah.
the north end.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. Um,
got it.
so let's see. I went to Mr. B's Mead.
Brandon's the man.
Uh-huh. And I went there. I wish I could remember the name of the one that I really super, super liked. And I can't think of it right now, but it was really good. It was like crystal clear, like white, crystal clear, no color. It was super yummy. I don't know. I think it was like a lemon limey kind of thing with lavender in it. It was really good.
Yeah,
And
Brandon makes some ridiculously good meads too.
they have such a cool little funky hole in the wall spot in Fremont, which is just an awesome little town anyway, or
And
town
that bathroom is
neighborhood.
outrageous.
Yeah. um, and then I was gonna go to Skydance, but
Hmm,
they were closed on the day I was there, so I couldn't go there.
gotcha.
And then yeah, that's
Oh,
it
right
for
on.
around there.
Yeah, there's a ton of meaderies up there. It's probably one of the largest concentrations of meaderies in like a, like a 40
Hmm.
mile radius of one of the centralized plot. Man, it's ridiculous, but
I need to
yeah,
get
that's
a.
very cool.
I need to get my Uber driver to go with me, so, but tootle me around so I can drink at all these places.
Exactly. Yeah, I need
Make
to
a
find
special trip.
get a chauffeur or something on
That's right.
definitely.
Yes.
So you said you're solely a production facility down there,
Mm-hmm.
and you have a little bit of distribution into some stores and stuff. Do you
Yep.
guys have the plans on opening a tasting room, or do you want to maintain just that production side and
Um,
don't want to even deal with the headaches?
I go back and forth on that. There's, I don't think, I definitely would probably have like, if I did it, I would do a tasting room model instead of like a brewery kind of model because I
Sure.
would not want to commit as much time. So I guess the short answer to this long-winded response is, um, yes, probably at some point, because I do need to get bigger facility to have bigger production, because of our county laws regarding wineries
Sure.
around here. They're pretty tightly controlled. So if I'm going to pay all that money to have a production facility, then I might as well get some other use out of that and have a tasting spot for that too.
Do
So
you brew commercially on your property? Did you have to go get like a secondary piece of property or like lease somewhere or something?
no, right now it's just at my place. It's just at my
Oh,
place. So
nice.
it's a cottage business is what it's considered.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
I'd have to have 10 acres, and having 10 acres in Napa Valley is kind of a trick. So um, for me to have what's considered a micro winery, so I can't come up with a spare 2 acres to.
Oof.
So anyway, yeah, I have to go get like a production facility.
Gotcha. That's pretty unfortunate, man. Just shy of 2 acres
I
because of
know.
you're in Napa Valley specifically.
So it super sucks. Yeah, I've appealed to the county, and they're like,
Sure.
nope, nope. We've got thousands of wineries here. We're not letting people just throw wineries up wherever they want. So no.
Right. That's See, that's just one way that it would benefit Mead could benefit from, having its own categorization with the TTV.
100%. Totally.
Uh,
Yes. Yep.
yeah, can you imagine, like, I mean, just for like argument's sakes, 10 acres of bees? Like, do
Oh,
you?
come on now.
Come
Yeah.
on. Yeah, that's insane to think that they would want something like that, or whatever it would be, but
Yeah.
you know,
I
red
tried to
tape
appeal.
holding
I
back
tried to
production
appeal.
since the beginning of time.
Yeah, I tried to appeal to him and say, hey, I'm not in competition with you guys at all. I mean, you're making
Right.
that people come here to drink grape wine. I know that. I'm just kind of like this little person over here on the side trying to do this other little thing that just happens to have the same category as you guys. I'm not growing grapes. I mean, well, no, that's not totally true. I have like 2 grapevines, but not like on a scale of making massive amounts of wine. I'm not producing,
Right.
processing any of that stuff. So I don't even use like as much water, which is a huge concern for around here. But still, they
Right.
said no. Sorry, no.
That's
So
just a hard no.
yeah, now I have
Done.
to figure out how to get that,
Yeah.
that funding to get into a place.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Funding.
Oof.
That's the real F word right
Oh,
there, as far as I'm
yes, it
concerned.
is. That's painful.
Yeah, that's savage.
Yeah.
But so you're there in the wine country area,
Uh-huh.
and like you said, you're not necessarily in direct competition with them, but
Mm-mm.
from what I see online, you have been in competition with them and taken some hardware. So
I have.
maybe there's a little bit of a feeling, a little bit of butt hurt.
Well, maybe, I don't know if they're quite butthurt yet, but it's good to get a little bit of recognition from the wine
Sure.
community because they're definitely, I don't want to be like, put myself against them, but okay, but they're a little bit know-it-alls and a little bit snobby. So let's just be honest. Um, and it is good to kind of,
Stereotype for a reason.
hey, I see sidetrack Mead. Hey, you too. um,
Sidetrack.
um, so yeah, I do love regular grape wine, but I think that mead is just so much diverse that why can't we just all kind of be at the table together? And yeah, winning some wine competitions and I got 98 points at the last competition. I'm pretty proud of that.
Yeah,
And
I would be if I were you.
yeah,
That's damn impressive.
yeah. So that's awesome.
in what
Yeah.
category? Did they have a mead category, or was it
Yeah.
in just?
Yeah. They
Oh,
have
okay.
a mead category, and that doesn't break it down into, the different types of meads. Like for um,
Oh, they didn't, or it does.
it does not. So,
Ooh, that's
so,
rough.
so in wine competitions, at least the ones that I've entered, they just have it mead. So you and any other mead and all the meads from sparkling to still, from dry to dessert, all of it's all in the same pot. And good luck.
So you got dry traditionals going up against full heavy mellow
Everything.
metals.
Yeah, but
Oh my God.
there's not that much because there's nobody really around here doing that. So they still have to
This is
score it
something.
on a point system. So regardless of who else is there, I
Right,
mean, you have to still get the points no matter what.
right. But I'd be interested to see how a heavy dessert mead would do there at that competitions. I feel like, the drier, the more
That's what I
traditionals and
thought.
maybe even what, but that
That's
was, I don't have, I'm trying to pull it back up here. I can't remember which ones, but you had like a hibiscus one that took some points, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. That was my first one that got um, a gold medal. So
Yeah.
that one's called Honey de los Muertos, or yeah, Honey de los Muertos. And I wanted to make a sicer that was kind of reflective of Northern Californian culture around here. And Cinco de Mayo and Dia de los Muertos are very big celebrations around here. And so I wanted to do something that wasn't just apple pie sicer. So I thought I'm going to throw hibiscus and lime in there because that's what I like. And it's another one of those that just turned out perfect the whole way through. And I used local apples, the Gravenstein apples, which are from around here in Sonoma County.
Ooh,
And
nice.
I submitted that to the National Honey Board competition at their first competition. And it was pretty awesome because I got a gold medal on that one. That was the first competition I ever entered.
Nice.
And I was actually sitting there being evacuated for fires and living out of an RV, and
Mm.
got that news. So that was kind of really awesome news to get in the middle of a really crappy time, to make me think like,
No
okay,
kidding.
yep, keep going. This is working. You're doing it. It's okay. Keep
Yeah,
going.
something similar.
Yep.
Man. And then so you got a and then you took a silver medal at Women's International Wine Competition with
Mhm.
that same one. So
Mhm.
you've entered that one into three different competitions and took hardware in all three of them.
Yep. Yep. And
That's
I've entered it in a couple that I didn't bring home anything in on. So,
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Fair enough.
yeah,
Yeah, we don't put those ones on the internet, do we?
that's all right. It's all right. Not everybody's gonna.
Yeah.
And I like to tell people that you don't have to like my stuff. That
Yeah,
somebody
so I
does.
believe
So,
I'm pretty sure I saw some of your bottles at when I was at Mazer Cup.
oh, you may have. Yeah. Yeah. I did not win anything there, but I got good feedback. So, which was really great. And I got decent points, but it just didn't
Nice.
make it to the next level, which is all right.
You got all those score sheets, right?
Yep. Yep.
Well, think you would have known if one of them was mine. Would have been the one oh I guess we did them digitally. Like it would have been the one with the childlike handwriting.
It's all right. I have scribbly handwriting. I've been a nurse for a very long time, so I write really bad.
Yeah, then you got the Persephone here's got a double gold, 96 points like you're saying here. The
Yeah.
Summer Solstice, the Earl Grey's Kumquats. Earl
Yeah.
Grey tea and kumquat, huh? I bet that's pretty
Oh,
good.
that's really good. Yeah. So that was a friend of mine, a nurse. She's a fantastic cook and a big foodie, and she makes jam for everybody from all the stuff from her yard, all that she collects all year, and she makes jam for everybody at work. And she
Nice.
made she made Earl Grey kumquat jam, and I said, "Ooh, this would be a really good beverage. Let's have
Yeah.
this." And so the first batch I made of that was really awesome, and then like the second and third batch I made of that, not so much. It was really awful. I had to dump them. And then finally, I kind of tweaked the process and got a different tea and kind of handled the tea a little bit different. And it turned out fantastic. So
Right on.
that's my new
Do you,
process.
is that going to be like in the regular rotation, or are you
Yeah.
trying to build like a regular stable of meads, or are you just trying to do like all
Kinda,
whatever
yeah.
comes across the palate?
I try to keep the ones that tend to be popular,
Mm,
um, like up there. So I try to keep like I have the Beltane Blossom that I mentioned,
mm,
um, the Honey de los Muertos, and I try to keep the Earl Greys. That sells out pretty quick, so I try to keep that one like, okay, hey, it's almost ready. It'll be ready probably another month or so, because right now it's sold out. And then the other ones I kind of like start kind of like rotate through. It's kind of whatever I'm in the mood for. So
sure.
yeah.
That's really cool. A side note, one of the things I have to note about your website is at the bottom of every single web page is your Vino shipper.
Yep.
Like at there's the home page, boom. At the bottom of the awards page,
Yep.
boom. At the bottom of the about me page. That's so awesome. It's like, hey, just remember, we sell mead.
Hey, by the way.
Yeah, don't forget to grab one of these. Oh, and you do the little
I
100
don't.
mil.
Yeah, I don't do a lot of those because they
Oh,
don't
okay. So,
keep the integrity. No, they sell all right. It's just not
oh,
fast enough at this point to for the integrity, and they also take a long time. And a lot of times they're on back order, and so
mm,
they're kind of a pain in the butt. I have somebody who's I might be doing like a bunch of wedding favors for them, so I'll do like
oh,
a couple hundred of them for that person, but in general, I
sure.
don't keep that many around because they're, I mean, they seal
They
all
look like
right.
they look like they're a pain in the ass to bottle.
They are. They are.
No
They are.
lie, they
You are
just look like
correct.
annoying,
You are.
annoying to those.
They are. They're fun and they're cute and people
Right.
like them to try them, but they're kind of
They're
not,
super campy.
yeah, not super worth my time to do those little
No,
tiny, yeah.
not at all.
Unless somebody's going to get a bunch of them. So like this person that said, please, I'm having this wedding. Can you do a bunch of them? Okay,
Well,
well,
that's
that's a good
to
idea.
your credit. So that's the benefit of being a nanometer is you can make those
Yeah.
calls and do that type of stuff if you want to, and do
Yeah.
little side projects and whatnot. I think I
But
think it's
that's,
awesome. I love seeing that type of stuff when people post that. It brings in the whole like hominess
yes.
community
Yes.
fulfillment part of the project. When you get to
Yeah.
some of these meetups that are just giant production facilities and just pumping stuff out, you kind of lose a little bit of that heart, that I don't know what you call it, the X factor, that je ne sais quoi. It just
Yep.
goes away.
Yeah, exactly. I do like to have, um, you know, my creative abilities to just be intact so I can do what I want, when I want, how I want. I get to make the decisions, um, and keep it something that I love doing, and that I'm enjoying doing, and it's kind of feeding my soul. Otherwise, there's no point in it. I don't need to do this if it's not something I'm enjoying. Um,
100%.
so I mean, yeah, it is fun to do like this little 200 bottles of these little itty bitty pain in the ass things. I mean, it's cute
Right.
because somebody wants it, and okay, I guess I'll do it for you because you really want it so bad, and
Because I
I'll
like you.
and I guess I like you now, so I'll do it. But yeah, I'm not going to stock those all the time.
Right. So you got all this stuff going on. What's your favorite meat that you've made so far of yours?
Oh, see, that's like picking among my kids. That's hard.
Hey, that's a good problem to have. You have to,
I don't
well,
know.
okay, maybe not your favorite, but like what's one that like really stands out as like something that's like really unique and special amongst the other ones?
It seems to be like the newest thing that I'm working on all the time. It's like, oh, hey, that's a new thing. I love that. Um, I have, well, I love Earl Grey kumquats just for that reason because it's just so, like, what? There's Earl Grey tea in here. So that I do love that. I don't know. I like, I have this new one that's going to be coming out. It's a pie mint, which I kind of said, oh, I'm never making a pie mint because I don't want to use grapes. And I was
Right.
on my high horse for a minute, and then I got off my high horse and said, oh, okay, I've got a bunch of grapes here in my yard. I might as well do something with them.
Yeah.
And it turned out awesome. It turned out so good. So
Heck
um,
yeah.
I'm excited about that. I love that one.
Have
It's
you
not
thought
out yet.
about wine? Have you
Hmm.
thought about wine barrel aging any of your stuff?
I
Since yeah, you have
have,
access to it.
yes. I would love to do that. I just need the space to be able to put those dang big old barrels somewhere and keep them and wash them and etc. Yeah,
Keep them safe and sound for
I've
24, 12 to 24 months.
yeah, I totally have plenty of access to, wine barrels, and I could get wine barrels freshly emptied, and I probably could have people just give them to me. Considering where we live, so
Yes.
getting my
You probably
hands
get
on
wet barrels filled with
totally.
wine in them and stuff.
Yep, yep. But again, I'm just gonna have to work on a place to actually be able to do that and maybe clone myself a little bit too.
Yeah, when you say you're a one person operation, you weren't joking. I mean, I see online you got your kids
I'm
out there
not.
helping you, and with
Yeah,
like you said, every one of them says the heavy lifting. It's like you don't really, they don't like this is your business, this is like your passion project. So
it
you're the
is.
one
Yeah,
really heading it all up and use
yeah.
them for their height and muscle mass when you
Totally.
can.
Yeah. My one son Quinn, he's really especially my two youngest that are still at home. My
Mm,
son Quinn is the one that really pushed really hard to get us to enter competitions because that's hard to put yourself out there, and you know they're judging your
yeah,
like your soul, like, oh God, what are you gonna think about this? But he said, no, Mom, get over it. We need some street cred. So
definitely.
okay, so he, all props to him for pushing me to do that. And he's a good one for bouncing business ideas off of. And him and my second son, I have four kids, so him and my second son, they both work in the wine industry, so they like to throw information
Bragging
my
about mom.
way. Yeah, that too. Yeah, they like to brag about mom. And then my youngest son, yeah, they all like to, especially the two youngest, they are starting to help out with the making of the mead. So if I'm stupid enough to have started a batch right before I have to go to work, because somehow I always think that's a great idea, go to work
Right,
as in go to be a nurse for 12, 13, 14 hours a day, and then you have to come
right,
home and add nutrients to your mead is like an idea of, so I
right.
can actually say to them now, hey, go down and feed the yeast, please, for me. And they
Right.
know what to do. They can go do it. So that's awesome.
Hell yeah,
Hmm.
that's awesome. Yeah, I've got my son. He's 13. Man, almost every meat I try that I bring across, I have him try a little bit of it. It's like, look,
Hmm.
look, dude, you need to have a palate because there's
Hmm.
no way I'm going to have you not understand what's going on here. This is going to be a thing for a long time.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
definitely. So
How about you?
you,
What's your favorite? What's your favorite mead you make?
well, I've only had three so far. My first one was a sweet mesquite blossom traditional.
Uh huh.
It was good, but it was boring. It had
Uh
like
huh.
no tannins. It was borderline flabby. No acidity, no balance to it, but the
Uh huh.
flavor was okay.
Yeah.
Um, then my second two I made, the first one was an Uli Blossom Honey traditional. I picked
Oh,
up
cool.
from Hawaii, the Uli Blossom Honey from Hawaii, and I went into sweet side. I finished it at like 1040, and I threw about a quarter teaspoon of, it was a 1 gallon batch, threw about a quarter teaspoon of a triacid blend in there, and then I put in 12 French oak cubes, and
Mhm.
I've left them in for probably about, I don't know, maybe 5 to 7 days, and
Mhm.
now it tastes like you're wringing mead out of an oak tree. It's so gnarly, like so gnarly. So I let it sit for a couple days, and it started to mellow out a little bit. But I mean, it was really there. So my wife suggested adding some cherries and vanilla beans.
Yeah.
So I added cherry vanilla beans, and now I have a cherry vanilla on French oak with
Cool. Cool.
Hawaiian honey.
I have a whole shelf in the back of our mead room. I call it
Nice.
my timeout shelf, and
Ooh.
it's for things like that are like, hey, you're not doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing, and I don't like your behavior, so you're gonna have to go sit over here for a while and think
You are
about your.
such a mom.
I'm
You are
such a
such a mom.
mom.
That's
Go sit over
hilarious.
here and think about what you've done, and we'll come back to this and see if you've improved.
Right?
And
See if you're
sometimes they
behaving right.
have, yeah. Sometimes it works.
Yeah.
Sometimes it does not.
What's your biggest success from the timeout shelf?
My biggest success are my traditionals.
Oh,
I think traditionals just need a little bit of extra time to
mellow
like,
out.
yeah, get all those things to kind of come together. Um, so I left my wildflower traditional sitting over there for a while and said, "That's it. Just go sit over there. I can't even think about you for a while." And then also an orange blossom traditional, which is going to come out here pretty soon. Um,
Nice.
and yeah, took them a while, but they came around. They got in line. So
Yeah, no, that's legit, and I agree with you with the traditionals. It seems the longer they sit, the mellower they like the complexity and everything just blends together and
hmm
becomes a little bit more cohesive the
yeah,
longer it sits.
I think so too. They have time to develop all those little nuances. And for sure, I mean, I'm still a novice mead maker by, if you're counting on people who've doing it for years and years and years. Um,
Sure.
and traditionals are the hardest because there's nowhere to hide in there. You got to
Right.
get every single component just right. So
Yeah.
a little bit of
Even with the
time.
sweet meads,
Yeah.
even with the sweet traditionals, you can ramp up the sugar, but you might sugar over the flaw, but the flaw is still
hmm
going to be there.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's
Yeah,
gotta, it's gotta, sometimes a little age on that will help even out some of that
definitely.
nonsense.
Do you have a Do you have a favorite commercial meadery that's not yourself, or somebody that you?
Let's see. I really I want to do this whole West Coast tour thing that I keep thinking of. 'Cause there's lots in Central
Oh
California and
yeah.
Southern California that I'd love to go visit.
Oh yes.
Um,
Raging, Lost Cause, go down to frickin'
God,
Honey Pond.
yeah, Lost Cause makes some outstanding meads. I love Golden Coast. They have
Yep.
this one sour one. I'm horrible with names, so I can't think of what it's called. It's one of their
Well, their sour ones are like sour, sour, something, something, or something sour, sour, and
yeah, but
these weird names.
it's not. It's like one of his like a Brazilian honey or something like that. It's
Oh,
so
oh, oh, I got
God,
you.
it's good. It's so good. Um, and then I love.
Oh,
I'm gonna.
Batch is over there too in Temecula.
Oh yeah. They make really good. They make really good mead. They make
Yeah, I
really
like
awesome
Derek
mead.
and Danielle. Yeah,
Yeah,
their
they're
pomegranate cider. That thing was a phenomenal.
yeah. They have and I love their pineapple one. They make a whatever their pineapple one is. Oh, so good.
Yeah, I didn't get to try that one. They didn't have any of that one when I bought, but
Totally
I
worth it. Yeah, their pineapple one's really good. Nice and refreshing and bubbly, and I loved it. Um, I really
very much
like.
so.
I'm trying to think of another one that I really like. I see. Can you put me on spot here? And I can't think of
Oh,
who else I like.
oh,
Up in
all good.
Oregon, I like Lily up at her place. What is her place called? Up in Roseburg.
Ooh, Roseburg. I'm not sure who's in Roseburg.
Rose. Is it Roseburg?
Steamworks is in Medford,
They're good. Yep, I've had them. I love
and
they have
then
a chai
Weird
one.
up there in Portland.
I haven't had theirs, which is ridiculous because I'm in Portland a lot. Um, oh gosh, I'm blanking on her. Oranmore. That's what it's called. Oran More. MOR. So ORAN. And
I'll have to
then
scope them out. I haven't put her on my radar yet. That's unfortunate.
oh, she's awesome, and she's also a very dynamic speaker, and she speaks at UC Davis a lot. She's a cool chick. I like her. Uh, yeah, she
How do you
makes
spell it again? Foreign?
ORAN. O
Oh,
R-A,
O-R-A-N?
Oren,
Okay.
and then M-O-R. So it's two different words.
Okay. Oh, here we go. Right on.
Yeah, she makes really, really, really good stuff. And she's a cool person.
Cool. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if this is her Instagram page. It only has like one. It doesn't have any posts on it, so that was probably not the right one. But
I'll send it to you.
right on. I can
I'll
dig it.
send
Yeah.
you a link. Yeah,
Yeah. I'm always about finding new meaderies, but yeah, the
she's
West
cool.
Coast again. I think a West Coast tour would be a very kick-ass. You'd have a good time doing it.
Totally, yeah. I know. I do want to. I'm going to do a little bit more I'm going to go up to Oregon this summer. So I plan to hit a couple more. And then
Yeah.
I'd like to do a California coast one because there's nobody here. I do love Hydron, which is Hydron Meadery, which is here in the Bay Area. They're at Point Reyes Station, and they make a champagne style traditional, all traditionals. They specialize in like varietal honeys.
Gotcha.
They're very fancy, and their grounds are beautiful.
And then Rabbit's Foot used to be in the area, but I think I can't. I don't know. Did they? I mean, they talked about closing down. Then they were like not gonna close down, but I think they actually did end up like.
That's what I heard. Yes, is that Mike Fall was selling everything off and going to be over in the foothills. Oh, another place. Nevada Mead Company is also really awesome. They're really good, and they're in Nevada City. They make one called Butter Brew. It's super, super yummy. It's a Bochet style mead. Anyway, I had to give them a shout out because I love them. Anyway, so I don't even know what yeah, which I've never done.
Have you? I was gonna say, have you Bochet'd yet?
I have not Bochet'd. Have you Bochet'd? Are any of your three Bochets?
No, that would be freaking radical. Well, the other honey I worked with was Manuka honey, and I'm not sure that would Bochet very well. That is an intense flavor on that honey. It's very like my knee-jerk reaction is to call it medicinal. My wife kept smacking me. She said, "Don't say medicinal. That sounds negative." But it's very like earthy and very just very pungent.
Yeah.
Tart and astringent, and it's just a very strong flavor. So I don't know what a Bochet would do to that, but I certainly couldn't make it any less unique.
I think it might intensify those qualities. I would think.
You know what? Maybe I'll give that a shot. Go Bochet. I got a little bit left. Go Bochet up some Manuka. Just watch people lose their minds online.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Have you had Manuka honey before?
I think I have. Apparently I haven't. No.
I would imagine at UC Davis they would have had some for you guys to try or something.
I don't remember. I mean, I would think it would stand out in my head. I did do the honey course, the honey evaluation course there, and
yeah,
I don't remember whether they had the Manuka or not.
Yeah, so well, it only comes from New Zealand, so I don't know. I actually reached out to the company whose honey that I bought, and I've been trying to get them to come on one of these interviews with me and talk about the different properties of Manuka honey and its special characteristics and stuff. They've been fairly receptive so far, but nothing set in stone. But I want to do one of those honey tastings there at UC Davis. That sounds so beneficial and so much fun.
It's so amazing. It's so amazing. They so. A honey taster, so somebody who's been trained in that skill and has a lot of experience in it, is just as effective as a machine evaluating the honey to see what varietal it is. It's pretty outstanding. It's right up there with the people who are chocolate tasters and olive oil tasters and wine tasters, and so that they can narrow down like specifically all those nuances of the taste. And it is beneficial because you can take notes and kind of think about, oh hey, this would go really good with this and that, or all by itself.
Right.
Yep.
Do you guys have a plan on doing like a bottle club or like a library program or anything like that? Since you are online, you could do something like that, I suppose.
I thought about doing something like that. I, I wanted to wait until I'd been doing it for a little while. So we first sold our first bottles in May of 2020.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
so I wanted to wait until, we've been out there a little while and got a little traction. So yeah, I thought about doing a bottle club. Um,
Cool.
I think I have, you know, maybe towards the end of this year, maybe. We'll see.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Um,
Maybe. I was like, is that something I want to do? Is that gonna
well, look at how much stock you have left from after your sales. If you want to support a
true.
bottle club, could it not? From what I
Could.
understand, a lot of cats, if they don't have after all their accounts and everything's already, forget all that nonsense.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Um,
that's true.
yeah,
That's true. Yeah. It's definitely helpful to have
it's just another arrow in your quiver of tools to be able to sell your
totally.
mead
Yeah.
however you need to. One of the things I did want to talk about for sure, because it certainly caught my attention, is the Mead, McGee's Mead, or is it Mead, McGee's
McGee.
Apothecary?
Yeah. Yeah. It's so how that started was okay, so you start doing beekeeping and then you get in a mindset of being environmentally conscientious
Sure,
because you're caring for bees and you're caring for your garden and your foods and you're putting foods into a bottle that you're having people drink. So you want all those things to be good. So in that spirit, that's how the lens that you look at the world, um, for me anyway. So
right.
anyway, long story here. Somebody ended up giving me their beeswax. They had bees also, and I had a bunch of leftover beeswax, and I didn't want to throw it away. And what am I going to do with this? And so there was another little business in Napa Valley that made lotion bars, and okay, what is a lotion bar? I don't know what that is. So I
Right.
tried it, and it has beeswax in it, and I thought, oh, okay, well I could make that, and then okay, well, I could make like little lip balms. And oh, I have all this stuff to make soap. I'll make that too. So I just ended up making that and sold all of it and had to like keep hustling to make it. So I threw that
So
on
you
there as
making
a
all that stuff as well as the mead and everything, or do you like outsource that now?
no, I make that. It sells more at the holiday time.
I
So
make it.
I
That was a
make
lot
it.
of disdain in that sentiment there.
I make it. Yeah.
Begrudgingly.
I I like to do that one. I don't enjoy that as much as I like making meat. I do like to do some of that. And
Yeah,
the good thing about that is it tends to be like the holiday season. So it gets close
sure.
to like November, December, and people go, oh, shoot, I need to have something to,
Stocking stuffer
stocking
ideas. Bam.
stuffers. Let's go, let's go, let's go. So it's not something, I also haven't pursued that to like put it in shops and stuff. That it's just been,
Oh yeah.
I've got this. It's a thing. It's part of our business.
And then you do. I'm trying to find them. Called the Mead Cocktail Kit. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so the Buzz Cup. Um,
Yeah, Buzz Cup. There it is.
Buzz Cup. So
Stacey cranberry.
I had started out like one year, anybody who bought our summer solstice mead or our honey de los muertos or our sage apples, I would send in, like really janky little plastic bag, this stuff to make mulled mead and instructions on how to do that. And then somebody was asking me, well, hey, do you have like, are you going to do that again? Because I want to get that for Christmas. And okay, well, maybe I will. But let's make it look a little bit better than that. And then my sister-in-law, about at the same exact time, said, oh my God, you got to do this. Look at this. And she sent me all these pictures of these cocktail kits that were on
Mm-hmm.
Pinterest. So,
Of
and
course.
I had been looking like almost exactly the same ones at the same time. And we hadn't even talked. And I said, oh, hey, by the way, here's what I was looking at too. So I went and picked
Nice.
a bunch of things out in my yard and threw together some other ingredients and got some. compostable honey straws, so they're straws that will compost.
Yeah.
And then sell them as a little kit. So it's, just a fun little, you could take it with you. You could heat it up.
Yeah, no, I
You
like
could
it.
drink it cold. I could tell you that one of those little, it's like a little mason jar. So one of those
Yeah.
will work for a whole bottle of mead. So the first cup is really delish, and the next cup is a little bit more intense, and then the next one's even better, because those flavors are all really getting going.
Saturated.
Yep. And who
Yeah.
knew rosemary was so good in a drink? It's so good.
Yeah, the botanical meads
I
are
kind
definitely
of
becoming
want
my
to,
favorite.
yeah, I kind of want to try making a sicer like that. But
All the cool kids are doing it. You want to be
I
cool, don't you?
know, I already am. I already am cool kid.
Cooler, don't you? Want to be cooler, don't you?
Cooler. Okay.
Exactly. No, that's freaking awesome. I love those the buzz cup. So
Yeah.
if it's a whole bottle of mead in there and you just pour it out, and it looks like you have a couple different varieties here.
Yeah. So I have 3 different varieties. One is just kind of traditional mulling spices, and I dry the fruit, and
Yeah.
I buy the herbs, obviously. Um, and then the other one is with the orange and the rosemary and the cranberry. And
Yeah.
then the other one has stuff that goes with like the Beltane blossom. So it has lemon and lavender
Lavender.
and a little bit more elderflower. And you can have them, they're cold or hot or however you want them.
And it just comes as a kit, and you just add the mead to it when you're ready.
Exactly, yeah. It's just a little kit. You have to buy the mead separately, but
Oh yeah, I wouldn't imagine you're allowed to sell them together. Probably some sort of law
no.
against that.
Yeah, I had somebody get cranky on Pinterest, and I said, it's Pinterest. You can't sell alcohol on Pinterest. Come on now.
Yeah.
Look at my website. Why do I have to
Yeah.
explain this?
Newbies. Right? Oh my goodness.
What are you drinking
So
tonight?
I'm drinking. It's that honey pot. It's called Miami Miss Connections.
Uh-huh.
So Alex, I guess, had traveled down to Florida and linked up with J. Wakefield Brewing, and
Hmm.
they'd made a blueberry. It's blueberry with meadow foam and marshmallows.
Oh my God, that's like dessert right there.
Oh yeah, and apparently, according to Alex, they had shipped a bunch of stuff out there for a festival that they were doing, Wake Fest,
Hmm.
and a whole case of Magnums got lost. Yeah.
Somebody's
and
fired. Somebody's in trouble.
yeah, and it just got lost to the shipping ether, just
Oh,
gone forever. So, but yeah, I don't
horrible.
know. That's when they came up with the label and everything. You can see it's like the
Uh-huh.
package with the yeah. But yeah, he was telling me about that. It looked it sounded horrible. I could only imagine a case of
Oh.
Magnums of something that like the 375s go for like $45. I mean,
Oh my
get out of here.
God. That'd
Yeah.
make you like want to throw up and then cry a little bit and then be
Yes.
really pissed.
Well, I don't know a single mead maker out there who deals with Vino Shipper that hasn't had some sort of issues with UPS.
Yeah, I had one
Bottles
batch that
falling, holes with boxes in them.
yeah, I had a whole so far Vino Shipper's been pretty good to me.
Hmm.
Or maybe it's the UPS. I don't know. I don't know which side where the
Just the shipping process. I
yeah.
mean,
I had
nothing
one
against Vino Shipper.
I had one where an entire box, like I don't know, like they threw the box in the truck literally probably, and
Mm-hmm.
everything broke inside of it.
Yep.
So now I have, I need to get fragile stickers to stick all over things. I don't ship a ton, but yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah, that's really.
if it's got alcohol in it, don't throw the box.
Yeah, and trust me, they don't care. I work for an aerospace company in my 9 to 5, and we
Uh-huh.
order all sorts of crazy chemicals and all sorts of stuff that has to be like, super handle with care, fragile, do not drop specifically this way up because it's, sensitive. And
Mm-hmm.
those guys come out looking like Spicoli from freaking Fast and the Furious, basically, or like Jim Carrey from
Patoon, patoon,
from
patoon, patoon.
You know it, just basically kicking and hacky sacking it down the street. So yeah, I don't know what the answer is, but like I said, I don't know anybody that hasn't had some sort of issue with something in the shipping process. But yeah, for having to be a whole case of McGee's that would show up missing, that would be heartbreaking, to say the least.
Devastating. That's just awful.
So what's in that can you're drinking right there? Looks like some lemon lime soda, or is it a can of Mead?
It's very fancy sparkle water. Because I don't have internet that's good enough at home to do this. So I have to come sit in a park right down the street. But it's pretty good. It's got watermelon and mint, and I'm not usually a mint fan in my food, but it's pretty good. I was actually thinking, hey, that might be a good Mead.
There was a meadery down the street here in Arizona, just right down the road from me. They did a watermelon basil mead last summer. It was pretty darn good, to be honest.
Yummy. That sounds really yummy.
It was a session, lightly carbonated, good stuff.
I've had a session strawberry. Where did I have it? I had it at, I think it was 2019, the Mead Con in Boulder, Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody made a strawberry basil something that I tasted. It was super good.
Heck yeah.
That was super yummy. So I know I'm a little afraid to use basil because I don't want to overdo it. So I think the next adventuresome thing I might try is the rosemary.
How big are what's your like fermenter size that you're working with?
Tiny. Just
tiny?
Tiny, yeah. Like, so my big batch is a barrel. Like, like the most I do all together is probably about 40 gallons. But like my test batch.
Like 33. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, yeah. My, usually like with the math, it works out to be about 35 gallons. So I tend to do my test batches in my little 25-liter tank, and that works out pretty good. Yeah, just a little dude. It's my favorite one. His name's Steve the fermenter, and then Betty Barrel. Doesn't everybody? I thought you're supposed to name your tanks.
Guys name their boats and people name their cars. Might as well freaking name your fermenters.
That's right, Steve and Betty and.
No, that's freaking awesome. So what's in the future for McGee's Mead? What's coming down the pipeline the rest of this year? What can we see from them or from you? I keep saying them, but it's you. You're just the one person place.
It's me. And my boys, they help out. I can't not leave them. I can't leave them out.
What do you got? What do y'all have coming in the pipeline?
Us all. Well, we're gonna expand this year, so at some point we're just gonna have to figure out how we want to fund that expansion and where that's going to be. I'm hoping that by the end of the year, that's what we do. Getting out in more retail locations has been really awesome. We had a local pub open up in Napa, and they really kind of opened the door and changed things for us. I mean, we already were in a couple retail places, but they really they sought us out and said, please come. And I can't keep them filled up half the time with Mead, so that's cool. So I hope more of that. It's a good problem to have. More of that, and expand and experiment and enjoy it.
More of the same, just in more quantity.
Yeah.
More and more and more.
Yep.
Well, that is freaking awesome. You got a couple more minutes for some rapid fire questions real quick?
Sure, go for it. If my phone doesn't die, yeah, go for it.
What's the first thing you do when you get up in the morning?
Take the dogs out. And then check on my fermenters.
Hot or cold?
Oh, cold.
Cold. Do you turn signals, yes or no?
Absolutely. I'm going to kill you if you don't use your damn it.
Cat person or dog person?
Both, but mostly dog.
Pineapple, do you put on your pizza?
God, no.
You were cool. Nah.
No, sorry. I'll let all those Hawaiian I love Hawaii, but no
Keep
pizza
your
with
pineapple off
pineapple.
my pizza.
Please don't. No. I like pineapple and other food things that are not just pineapple-y things, but God, it hits
Pineapple
that
belongs to
tomato
me,
sauce.
not pizza.
Yeah, God, get it away from the tomato sauce. No.
Favorite Girl Scout cookie?
Oh, the peanut butter one.
Yes. Uh, burgers or tacos?
Tacos all day.
Favorite breakfast cereal?
I don't really like breakfast, but I like sugary breakfast cereal. I don't like
I didn't think it
breakfast.
had to be sugary. I just said favorite breakfast cereal.
Okay, favorite breakfast cereal. If I had to buy like my favorite, it would probably be
Granola
uh
counts as far as I'm concerned. You put it in milk.
okay. All right. I like granola.
Fair enough.
There you go.
Uh, if you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Um Metamorphosis.
Ah, changing shape. There we
Hmm.
go. Uh, what's your favorite mead style to drink?
Probably the mixed because I like methaglins a lot. And I like to have, but I like there to be like another. I like there to be three things. I like there to be like the three components. I want like something special about the honey, and I want like a spicy something or other, and I want maybe a fruit.
Okay.
Yeah, I like
What
mixed.
was the last beer you drank?
Pliny the Elder.
Oh, you lucky son of a son of a son of a.
Yeah,
You
we
got
live
that like right on,
right around the corner. Yeah,
right, Russian River. You.
they're
All
awesome.
right. And I guess it already goes to stand to say, but if you weren't a mead maker, you would be, I'm assuming, a nurse.
Um, yeah, yeah, or I'd be a farmer, or I'd be a professional traveler, or there's so many things I'd like to do
Professional
in my life.
traveler.
Yeah, why not? I'd love that. I like to travel.
Hey, yeah, if you get paid to do it and have other people follow you along, that those blog influencers that
God,
travel around,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah, taste
that's
food and eat and drink and
get paid to do it
hello.
and get it all comped.
Yeah, I want to do that.
Legit. Yeah, hands down, I'm in.
All right.
Well, thank you so much, Miss Stacy, for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
And go follow McGee's over on Instagram, on Facebook. Are you guys on Twitter?
Yes. Yes.
All the socials. Go seek them
Yeah.
out, follow them, and then go buy some meat from them off Vino Shipper and help support the brand. And they have some really cool merch on there too: stickers, coasters with looks like they're coasters with your meat descriptions on them.
Yeah, some have recipes, some have mead descriptions, some have,
Okay.
you know, pairing ideas.
Yes, I love it. So go scope them out, pick up some of that stuff, and support nano meaderies.
There you go.
Awesome.
All
Thank you
right.
so much for being here tonight. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I will catch you guys later. Hopefully, we can have you back on in the future sometime.
All right. Thank you so much. Cheers. Good
You're
luck in
very
your
welcome. Cheers.
competition.
Oh, thank
Bye.
you. Bye. Well, thank you all for being here today. That was Miss Stacy over there at McGee's Mead in California. I can't remember where she said they were at. I had a hard time hearing it, but it wasn't what I said, which was St. Helena, and I'm sure I'll get it in the comments or something. But again, thank you all for being here so much tonight. Next week, I'm not sure we'll be doing an interview. I think we just have a regular TK and drink beers and bullshit going on next week. And then the following week, I believe, is going to be Off Balance Mead. And then the following interview, I believe, is going to be Sidetrack Mead. So keep up your eyes and your ears for that. I'll be posting stuff, as always, here on Instagram, over on Facebook, and whatnot. So thank you all for being here tonight. Appreciate you. And I will see you guys on the next round. Peace.